The second thing I want to do this month is to give you an update on the 2015 board and introduce you to our leadership team. I do so through the roles each of them hold, but I encourage you to learn more about their background by checking their bios on the chapter website. Each of them is impressive beyond what is summarized there, and that's why I am so grateful for their personal commitment to the success of our leadership team and the chapter. Our story starts back in June of last year, before anybody was selected to this year's board. Behind the leadership of John Rogener and the 2014 board, we held a strategy workshop with an extended leadership team where we discussed how to address the needs you express in our annual member survey and subsequent conversations. You told us that you want the chapter to be a place where you can develop yourself for the challenges of today and tomorrow in a supportive, inclusive community of like-minded professionals within the constraints of your fast-paced schedule. We used this direction to actually reconfigure the board of directors and set our 2015 priorities. So let me summarize each position and primary responsibility. Let's start with professional development. Renamed to get away from an event mentality and towards the blended learning experiences that combine webinars and chapter events with social media, SIGs, and peer-to-peer labs more and more. Given the importance and scale of this responsibility, we have made this a joint VP role shared by Caitlin Weaver and Rob Hellman. They are responsible for creating full experiences that have broad appeal for chapter members regardless of whether you lead the talent development function, are a talent development practitioner, and/or a combination of them as a consultant. Their programs will combine theory with practical, relevant application for the lion's share of members. Our special interest groups and peer-to-peer labs will continue, but now behind the leadership of Steve Churches. These affinity groups will remain an ideal way to participate in learner-led learning in relatively small groups. They are ideal for getting practical advice on how to address the specific questions and development challenges you are facing on the job today. Special thanks go to our SIG leaders, Ena Crystal, Andrew Sellon, Margaret Clarkson, Evelyn Levine, Hal Christensen, Gail Gross, Amy Abel, Shalini Shroff, Sherlyn Nair, Paul Picciani, Joan Capua, and Hope Stevens. To focus on building a closer community, we've created a new position called VP of Community Relations, held by Deborah Grayson Rigel. Deborah will take over many of the onboarding and networking responsibilities formerly performed in the membership role that Mike D'Amico so capably held. Deborah's VP of Community Relations position has been designed to ensure that we create a culture of sharing and collaboration that helps each of us grow and feel part of a community. Our marketing team's remit is to strengthen ATD NYC brand and grow the number of members and sponsors through various marketing techniques. Particular attention will be given to growing our sponsor partnerships in order to secure the resources needed to improve our member experience. This vital strategic work is led by the capable Jeff Steiner and his team of experienced marketers. Our VP of Technology, Marshall Bergman, and his team are responsible for defining the technology strategy to ensure the chapter meets its strategic objectives of engaging membership and strengthening the ATD NYC brand. This includes assessing current technologies against our needs, making recommendations for changes, and providing expertise for how to use our technology to meet the specific goals of our teams. Our VP of Finance, Fran Melville, is responsible for ensuring the chapter is financially strong so it can achieve its strategic goals. This doesn't just mean balancing the books. Fran's strategic ability makes it possible to explore, together with our marketing team, various pricing and promotional options for both sponsors and members. The talent management position is responsible for strategically developing the chapter talent so that the leadership pipeline is strong and deep. This is talent development at its core, with responsibility for coaching me on how to lead the board to be a high-performing team. This position is currently vacant, but Keith Tully has graciously agreed to act as interim lead until somebody is found. If you're interested in the position, please contact me directly at robert.baker@pfizer.com. That's robert.baker@pfizer.com. Our past president, John Rogener, is also helping to coach me and the board on how to lead the chapter, as well as helping our president-elect, Teresa Din, develop her 2016 leadership team. The three of us are preparing for a seamless transition of leadership from year to year. Teresa is responsible for providing a wide view of chapter issues and interfacing with ATD National. An example of this is Teresa's initiative to tighten up the chapter's operations. Drawing on the experience of other chapters, she's working with the board to design and build a staple operations team that ensures repetitive and cross-functional tasks involved in the routine functioning of the chapter are efficient and effective in terms of meeting your needs and that of the board. Lastly, but certainly not least, is our chapter administrator, Art Weiss. Art will continue to provide customer service to current and prospective chapter members, conduct operational tasks involved in membership, programs, administration, and governance that are not handled by chapter volunteers, and help us practice continuous improvement by identifying ways the chapter can improve quality, efficiency, and or cut costs. If any of the above responsibilities are of interest to you, don't hesitate to contact me or the board member directly about getting involved. There are countless ways that you can help. And as fellow volunteers, I know my colleagues would really appreciate it. This month, the board is setting goals, prioritizing our activities, drafting our budget, and designing our operations team. We'll be dedicating an entire day on Saturday, January 24th to do this. We'll share that output of that meeting with you, and you can expect to hear more from individual board members on specific initiatives you can get involved in afterwards. The board is guided by the principles that we should always think about the value to members and that innovation is a part of our culture. And therefore, we embrace new thinking and won't be afraid to try new things. So, consider this an open invitation to share your ideas, suggestions, and yes, even criticism with us. You can do that by contacting individual board members via the website, talking to us at upcoming events, or contacting me directly at robert.baker@pfizer.com. Thanks for listening, and have a Happy New Year.